Much Toastmaster Jemy Romany. So let us welcome our first speaker, Toastmaster Uma. Toastmaster Uma, before starting a small question. So why are you here with Toastmasters?
So my joining with Toastmasters, it is like an interesting story. I quit my corporate job, came to a place called Chidambaram. I don't had a network of people where we used to have that corporate josh, breaks, chats, gossips, and everything. I didn't have that network after I quit my job. I kind of felt a little bit empty, and COVID added up on that. So that time, my friend, she was also a Toastmaster who worked with me in Cognizant. She explained about this Toastmaster and she called for to wish for my birthday at that time. I think this was my birthday gift from her, I should say. She explained about Toastmasters and said, "Why don't you join?" I initially joined Toastmasters just to network with people, just to talk, interact, chat, even sometimes gossip. But I never knew I can get so much of improvement with Toastmasters because my aspiration is to become a public speaker, and definitely Toastmasters helped me a lot. And when I realized that is when I gave a speech in a college students for the students, I gave the speech for continuous 1 hour 15 minutes, close to some 90 to 95 minutes. I gave a speech to them without a break, without a note, without a hint. And I should say Toastmasters taught me that. And also, as Toastmaster Rajeshwari said, it haunted my leadership skills also. Because when we are dealing with resources, when we are doing our own business, dealing with resources, sometimes we will be hesitant. Even as a leader, or as an owner, as a proprietor manager, we might be hesitant to say no. And I think Toastmaster taught the magic on how to say no without hurting us.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uma. So now we are with the sorry. Now we are with the first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Umamaheswari. Toastmaster Umamaheswari, the other side of teacup. The other side of teacup, Toastmaster Umamaheswari.
When we learned about the word mentor, when we tried to Google the word mentor, we might get a lot of details, lot of quotes, lot of definitions, and the one interesting thing I saw in Google is they said a teacher is the one who teaches, a guide is the one who guides, a trainer is the one who trains, but a mentor is the one who teaches, guides, and trains. And when I was in my second pathway, when I took up the same project, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, I gave a small story on that time. So let me share the same story again today. Please don't think I'm repeating the speech, but I'm going to quote that speech today to show the other side of the teacup, the other aspect of Toastmasters mentoring. So the story goes on this way. There was once a king. He learned about a sage who is very wise, full of intellectual wisdom. He just want to learn things from him. So the king went to the sage and he said, "Dear sage, I have learned a lot about you. I've heard a lot about you. And I just want to be your disciple. Can you take me as your student? Don't worry. I know a lot of things and you can train me very easily." Now the sage, with a smiling face, asked the king, "Can we have some tea?" The king was surprised at this question, but said yes. So the sage made the king to sit in front of him, offered him a teacup, and started pouring tea on the cup. The cup was full, it was overflowing, the tea is flowing out, but the sage didn't stop pouring the tea. The king said, "Stop, stop, stop. The cup is full. Can't you see the cup is full? Please stop." Now the sage simply smiled at the king and said, "You know the cup is full. You know we can't pour more tea in it. So how can I teach you when the cup is full in you? You said you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom in you. and how I can teach you when your cup is full. The king was disappointed, but at that time he realized you need to have an empty slate, an open mind to learn things. This was a story told on that day. But now I just want to see the other side of the teacup. So let us have a rewind of time. Let us think the king was on the day one going to the sage. We recreate the same scene again. So the sage is pouring the tea on the teacup. The cup is overflowing. The king is asking him to stop. The sage said, "No, I can't teach you when the cup is full." Now, the king looked at the sage and asked, "Dear sage, you know the cup is full. You know you can't pour on it. Why didn't you say at the first stage, the cup is full, I cannot pour on it? Is it a quality of a good teacher to discard a student saying this?" Now the sage is so surprised. He realized his mistake as a teacher, as a mentor, what he shouldn't have done. Now, the sage is also on the verge of a change. So let us rewind the time again. Let's go back to square one. The king asking for the sage pouring the tea, overflowing. King is asking to stop. No, we'll rewind even back. The king asking for the sage to teach him. The sage said, "Let me pour some tea." The sage poured tea on the teacup. The cup was full. He stopped, looked at the king and said, "You see, this cup is full. I can't pour more in this. Likewise, your cup is also full. I can't teach more for you. So, why don't I?" He emptied the cup and said, "Why don't I empty you first and then pour more wisdom to you?" Now, both the sage and the king are happy. Why I just want to say the story is because during my initial set of days in Toastmasters, I looked into this Toastmasters mentoring from the protege point of view, from the mentee point of view. What will I get? How will I change? But after getting my mentees, once I shifted from a protege to a mentor, I started to look on the other side of the teacup. What can I learn as a mentor? What can I get as a mentor and a mentee? And that is when I learned I should know when to pour the tea, when to stop, and when to say you need to empty yourself. On this occasion, I would like to thank my mentors, Toastmaster Satya Aguila, the very first mentor of mine, who taught me about the speeches, the nuances of speeches, what are all the things I'm doing it as a mistake subconsciously and improve myself. Toastmaster Devi, who taught me to improve my leadership skills, especially for the art of saying no. And distinguished Toastmaster Satish Menon, my current mentor, who is always available whenever I reach to him and guide me on the right path. In fact, he was the person who encouraged me to do certain things when I'm about to do my public speech the very first time on a stage. Again, the other side of the teacup. I just want to thank my mentees, Toastmaster Renuka, Toastmaster Rajeshwari, and Toastmaster Niveda, who helped me to shape myself as a good mentor to guide them as well as learn myself on certain things. So, what do you think about the other side of the teacup, Toastmaster of the Day?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Umamaheswari.
Evaluation report for Toastmaster Umamaheswari speech. Thank you, Toastmaster Jemy Romany. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Rajeshwari. My target speaker, Umamaheswari. I truly applaud your communication style. The way you express yourself, that has been an eye-opener for everyone here, is because we are able to capture a lot of things We're able to learn a lot of things. So the other side of the teacup, so well, so beautifully, I must say, you have explained to us the purpose of mentorship in Toastmasters. The example that you have quoted, of course, you did emphasize right at the beginning that it could be a repetitive story. That was something really appreciable. But the intent is what was important, and that you recreated the stage again and brought out the purpose and the intent, and that was really very effective, I must say. And today I think everyone present here in this meeting will truly remember this particular example when they have to understand what is the purpose of a mentee and a mentor. I'm sure that's the great takeaway that I have in this speech of yours. And it was so very clearly mentioned that how when you need to improve yourself or develop yourself, you have to have an open mind. So that was very clearly displayed. Now, the only thing that I can recommend is everything was so perfect. Maybe we could hear some other example. That's the only thing that I can say at this point of time. But overall, if I have to just summarize on the whole thing, is that the purpose of this speech was truly met. We got to know the journey of from a mentee to a mentor. What is it that you are expected to do? How we can implement it? All these things were clearly brought out and displayed. And the plus point that I could see here in your speech was that you mentioned about your mentees as well as your mentors. So you called out your mentees and mentors. So that was something, again, a very impressive thing that I have seen in your speech. So overall, it was a fantastic speech, and I really wish you the best ahead. Thank you so much, and back to the general evaluation.